Wait a minute though. Look at that, guys. That looks amazing. That's gonna be rough. 1940 something. Can you imagine if this was a 1943 copper penny and this is how we found it? Wheat pennies galore so far, and as a matter of fact, this looks like it could be another one right here. Oh my gosh. And with that, I dare to say we are so back, baby. Hello everybody and welcome back to Coin Quest Pennies. That of course being the series where I go through $25 boxes of pennies like this one right here, go through the rolls in the boxes looking for interesting and valuable coins that I can use to fill in my collection albums. We've got 3 albums we're looking to fill up in this series, the main one being our Lincoln Cents from 1909 up to the present date, and as you can see, we still have quite a bit of work to go there. And then we're doing all right on the Canadian penny albums. Obviously these early ones are extremely difficult, but other than that, pretty good. Same thing with these newer Canadian pennies. They only went up to 2012 here, so we got quite a few spots to fill in there as well. This right here is box number 35, opening it on up here. We got a couple of goodies right off the bat. We actually do have a reverse wheat penny ender here. Here's a quick look at that ender. Wheat penny reverse right there, 1909 up through 1958. Hopefully this ends up being an older one and maybe one that goes into the collection. On top of that, we got kind of a wild card here, coin slicing through the paper, and that is going to be it right there. You can see it's actually sliced this piece of the paper already. I don't know what's going on with that coin, but very interested to find out. Of course, as always, we'll be using the Quin Coins penny hunting placemat to aid us in our hunt today. This is going to feature all the different types of pennies that you can find in your rolls across the front side, and then flipping it on over to the back side, we have a point system which we use to rate the boxes as we go through them. It also features a key date and low mintage list to help you identify rare coins in your penny rolls. On top of all that, it's very useful for picking up coins and dumping them into your dump box once you're done. Of course, if you're interested in picking up one of these penny mats to aid you in your own penny hunts, you can head on over to my website at quinscoins.com. I'll put a link down in the description below. I also have nickel, silver stacking, and dollar coin placemats up there for you as well. With all that being said, let's go ahead and jump right into the hunt. We will of course be kicking things off with these 2 rolls. We got the wheat penny ender right there, and then that weird sliced coin right there. Curious to see what that ends up being. Probably just damage, but you never know. It could be like maybe a failed pressed penny or something. I don't know. But all right, guys, let's do a zoom on this one because we don't come across these wheat penny enders too often anymore, and it's always interesting to see, you know, what that one is going to end up being in terms of the date. I would reckon to bet this is probably just going to be a common 1940s or 50s, and I'm having a hard time getting that. There we go. As I was saying, it's probably just going to be a common 40s or 50s wheat penny here, but just in case it's not, maybe it'll be something into the 30s or even the 20s, and it could end up in the collection. You just never know when it comes to coin rolls. So here we go, guys. We got the paper off now. Let's see, we got some more copper looking coins in there, so that's nice to see. Definitely some weird stuff over there on the left hand side on this one, but let's just pull it out of the roll here, see it in all of its glory. It's definitely got some wear on it. Oh, we got another one underneath there. We'll remove that one. So yeah, you can definitely see it's got some wear on it, especially on that right wheat ear. Hopefully that means it's older, but we can't say for sure until we flip it over to reveal the date. So here we go. 3, 2, 1. Okay, so 1953, pretty beat up as well. It's been in circulation for a while, I'm sure. Passed through many hands, no doubt. That's just, you know, it's a nice way to start the hunt anyway. It's a good sign for the rest of this box. Hopefully we pull out many, many more and maybe get something a little bit older next time. All right, let's take a look at the rest of the coins in this roll. All right, get the rest of it unrolled now. Let's see if we're gonna at least get a little bit more copper in this roll. We have been getting quite a bit of zinc lately in the roll, so that's 1982 and newer. There's a nice looking shiny 1973 right there. It's kind of cool to see. This one right here feels, oh yes, I was gonna say it felt like that one was gonna be older, and it definitely is. It had that nice dark brown look on it. Looks like it's been in circulation for a while, although it actually looks to be in better shape than that 1953, which was on the end. So 1942 popping right out of the roll. Again, a pretty common wheat penny as far as wheat pennies go. But yeah, look at that, guys. Condition-wise, way, way better right there. So that is awesome, guys. We're gonna be starting this one off with at least a 2 wheat roll. That is a very good sign for the rest of this box. Let's see if we can make it 3. Oh, I thought we had something there, guys. 1964, very close, just about 6 years off of being another wheat penny right there. Although it looks like we're gonna end it with quite a bit of zinc here and some super new ones, 2022 and stuff like that. So I guess that's gonna do it for that one, guys. So let's go ahead and take a look at this other roll right here to see what this is gonna end up being. Look, you can see that pattern goes all the way around, and it's crazy. It like sliced through this piece of the paper right here. So very interested to see what this is going to end up being. Leave your comments down below what you think as we open this one up here. And it kind of just breaks apart in that exact spot where we have the sliced coin. So where is it? Oh, it's right here. Look at that. So that's the one. And yeah, wow, 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 wow. Okay, so we definitely have a zinc penny. If you haven't seen this before, this is what coins have been made of since 1982. That was a transition year. They switched from 95% copper over to 95% zinc. So when you take off that copper coating off of the top of these newer pennies, that's what's underneath. Now, I don't know exactly what did this, and you can see it's 1985, so it definitely falls into that range. But that is one of the craziest pennies I've ever found in a penny roll right there. Very interesting. It made for a little bit of fun, but let's see if it's going to bring us some luck here. It's probably not something that we want to be putting into the collection. What about this, though? This looks a little older. Oh my gosh, guys, look at that. We got another, the exact same year, actually, as the previous one, 1942, coming out of the roll. And we'll flip it over, just do a little condition check here. And yeah, not as good as the first one we found, but still better than the Ender, which came out in 1953. So that is awesome, guys. We're off to a really great start on this penny hunt so far. We've already got 3 wheat pennies on 2 rolls, and then that crazy weirdo zinc 1985 that came out as well. And we haven't even pulled this roll out yet, so let's see if there's going to be anything else in here. It's really surprising, though, you know, seeing how much zinc is in here and then also being able to get wheat pennies like that. So I guess we'll see how the rest of this one goes. I really hope we can keep this pace up, even though that's probably an impossible pace to keep up when it comes to penny rolls these days. You can see there's quite a bit of zinc in here, a lot of it being that post-1982. We are still on the lookout for 2009s, though, when it comes to the zinc pennies. As a matter of fact, I'll pull it down to this section right here. There's 4 different designs to look for in 2009, all of them being fairly rare compared to the years around it, like 2008, 2010. So always fun to look for those. I haven't seen any yet, but I will definitely keep an eye out. Now, before we move on to roll number 3, I do notice right here, I believe we have a 1970S here. And yes, we do. So we actually want to look for a large date versus small date on that one. I'll throw up a picture of the differences. It's very subtle and usually helps to throw it under the microscope to identify it properly. I believe we've only ever found large dates, and we're still on the lookout for that small date. So we'll definitely put this one under the microscope here and take a look, see if we're able to get one here finally. All right, guys, we got our trusty cherry picker's guide to help us distinguish between the small and large date. So up here is the small date. They actually say it's best to look at Liberty. As you can see, there's a much bigger difference between the small date and large date when looking at Liberty. It's pretty subtle when you're actually looking at the date itself, and I definitely struggle with this myself. So I'm gonna be looking at Liberty. So basically, we want the small date. That's the rare one, the one that we haven't found any of yet, and we're looking for some weakness here after the L. You can see it gets much weaker, whereas with the large date, it's a very strong strike. So let's go ahead and throw it up under the microscope now and see if we can finally get lucky and snag that small date. All right, so looking at Liberty first, we have it right here, guys. What do you think? Does it get weaker towards the end there? I don't know. It's really tough to tell on these ones. Now, there's the date, so leave me down in the comments what you guys think. Is this a small date or a large date? I'm really hoping for a small date so we can get it into that collection. We've been searching for that literally for about 8 years now. Of course, when your coin is fairly worn down, it can be really difficult to tell with subtle differences like that. I'm leaning towards probably this is gonna be another large date like we've just had many, many times before. But I'll always keep my eyes peeled for any more 1970S's. I do pull them all out just in case I need to go back and re-examine, because these old eyes aren't getting any better. All right, well, that was quite a bit of excitement in the first 2 rolls. We're moving on to roll number 3 now. Let's see if it's gonna have anything in store for us. See if we can keep that wheat penny streak moving. Oh no, we do have a Canadian here though. Oh, wait a minute. We also have a wheat penny. Okay, so I guess we are gonna keep the streak going. The way this box is starting off here is definitely one of the best boxes that we have had in a long time. So we got a Canadian here on roll number 3, and it looks like it's going to be a 1981. I accidentally flipped that the American way instead of the Canadian way. But let's go ahead and work our way towards that wheat penny as well. I see it's right here, and actually, wow, okay, this one looks like it could be older. Not only is it more worn down, but the color just looks better for a potential older coin right there. And actually, it's not that worn down. My eyes were deceiving me. This actually looks like a pretty dang good coin, and I'm really hoping that this ends up being in the 30s or older, because it's got that look to it. All right, here's the moment of truth, guys. 3, 2, 1. Oh my gosh, another 1942. That's wild, guys. That's our 3rd one. They've all come out of the middle of the rolls as well. Can we get a different date, please? I would love to see something else, but I can't complain either, because wheat pennies galore so far. And as a matter of fact, This looks like it could be another one right here. Oh my gosh. Oh, that is wild, guys. Coming out right on the it's just the third roll here. It's the second wheat penny in the roll, and it is a 1926. That is exactly what we have been looking for this whole time. As a matter of fact, this may go into the collection. Now, it would be better if it had a mint mark. Those are typically going to get you into that low mintage or key date range when you get back into the 10s and 20s and you actually have a Denver or San Francisco mint mark. This one doesn't have one, but it is so old. Matter of fact, guys, this is just about 100 years old. We're filming this in 2025 right now. Next year it'll turn 100, and it still has definition left on those wheat stalks as well. This is by far one of the best coins that we have found in a penny roll in recent history. And we're only 3 rolls in. Now, of course, the question has to be asked, is this coin collection worthy? Well, let's go ahead and find out here. So we got 1920 on this page. Flip it over to the second page, we should have it. And okay, so it looks like we already do have the 1926, but that is such an amazing find on roll number 3, guys. Been really struggling to find early wheat pennies like that, as you can tell. I mean, we got tons of empty space back here in the 20s and 30s. I really hope that we can keep this up, guys. If we keep this pace and we start finding old ones like that, no doubt we're gonna get one into the collection today. So we are now up to 5 wheat pennies on 3 rolls. We haven't even looked at the rest of roll number 3 here, although just taking a look, guys, again, lots of zinc in these rolls, but it seems like they're just peppered with wheat pennies, which is just insane. But I can't complain about it either. This is exactly what you want to see when you're looking through a box of pennies. How about that? That's a weird looking one right there, but I think it's probably just going to be zinc rot, and I think that's going to do it there for roll number 3. So with that being said, guys, let's get on to roll number 4, see if we can keep this streak going. What a box so far, guys. Definitely picked the right one here today. So this is roll number 4, just cracking it open here. Thought we might have had an old one there, but it's just a 1970s. We'll spread them out real quick. There's a 1970 right there. Not the 70S, though, that we were looking at a little bit earlier. Always got an eye out for those. I think this may be our first roll that's not going to have anything in it, guys. Just on first glance, not seeing a whole lot here. So I'll check it real quick, see if we got any 2009s that, you know, we might have missed. And if not, well, I guess that's pretty much it, guys. It looks like that is the end of roll number 4. So our first dud. Let's see if we can pick it back up here, though, with roll number 5. All right, just breaking into it now. Oh, we got some nice color right here in the middle. Looks like potentially some copper coins there. About 4 in a row right there. Let's go ahead and dump it out here and see what that's going to end up being. So kind of right in here. Yeah, definitely some copper. I don't see necessarily anything that looks like a wheat penny, except right there. That is not the ones we were looking at, but we do have another wheat penny coming out. So definitely a nice sight right there. Let's pull it right here, do a quick zoom, and take a look at the date. So again, this looks like it's probably just going to be a common 40s, 50s, although you never know. That last one looked pretty good, and it was a 1926. So just give it a quick flip. And bam, 1950 Denver. All right, we'll take it. That is a nice sign, guys. How many do we have now? So we're up to 6 wheat pennies on 4 rolls, an average of 1.5 wheat pennies per roll. That is insane. I haven't seen numbers like that in a very long time. All right, looks like that was the only find on that roll. We'll go ahead and dump these out now. Get into the next 5 rolls, guys. I am very excited to see what this box has in store. All right, breaking into roll number 6 now. Oh, I think we got our first 2009 coming out of roll number 6. I haven't seen a wheat penny yet. Doesn't mean there won't be one, but you know, usually that first glance pretty much covers everything. So there you go, guys. 2009. Let's see what the design is going to be, and it looks like it's going to be the formative years. So number 2 of 4 in the series. We have no mint marks, so this came out of the Philadelphia Mint. Always love pulling these out, guys. We'll put that one to the side and continue on. All right, how about roll number 7? We're gonna get anything here. See an interesting edge right there. I don't know what, another crazy coin right there, just like that one that we pulled out from the side that was ripping through the roll. Wow, that one looks even crazier. Somebody's been messing with some coins today. That's awesome. I'll put that one to the side. I like collecting these little oddball things like that these days. Just kind of fun. What about this one though? That looks older as well. No, that's a 1976. So definitely copper, but not old enough to keep. All right, let's go ahead and dump them out here. See if anything's gonna poke its head out, and if not, we'll just keep moving. All right, we got another weirdo coin coming out of the roll again. We can tell it's zinc because we see that silvery color come through underneath all of that copper coating. So we'll throw that one to the side as well. Why not? Coming down to the end of the roll, that one is just that 76 that we saw earlier. It looks like we got fooled by it again. So it looks like roll number 6 is not going to have anything for us either. All right, how about roll number 7? Again, very chewed up coin over here on the right side. I think that one might actually be copper this time. Oh, no, I think I see some of the zinc showing through on that one as well. But let's see what we got here. All right, we got a 2009 coming out at least. Another formative years right there. This one actually looks a little better than the last. And we can check that one for a mint mark, see if it's going to have a Denver. Nope, just another 2009 Philly. So doubled up on those already. We tripled up on the 1942 Wheaties, which is crazy. But that's a nice looking coin right there. We'll definitely keep that one. All right, moving on to roll number 9. Roll 9 was a dud, so we're going to finish it off with an even 10 here. We'll take a look at our progress so far, do a little inventory before we move on to roll number 11. So this marks 20% through the box right here. Let's see if it's going to give us anything. Okay, we definitely have something that looks a little older there, but it's just going to be 1964. Not quite old enough for us. However, that's crazy, guys. Right there, 4th coin in on the left side, and I can't tell if this is going to be an older one or not. There is a look at the reverse, so definitely a little bit of wear, but still some nice definition. I'm going 1942. I don't know, that just feels right. All right, let's go ahead and see what we got, guys. 3, 2, 1. Yeah, that's wild. Another 1942. I felt like that was the best bet, right? So we're quadrupled up now on the 1942s. I don't know why that date is coming out so often, but I have a feeling we're going to get more of them. All right, looks like that's going to do it for the first 10. Go ahead and dump them out and take a little bit of inventory. So here's how we're doing on wheat pennies. Not too shabby. We got 7 on 10 rolls, 4 of them being from 1942. We got a couple of 50s there, and then that amazing 1926. Love that coin. Very happy that we were able to pull that one out already. And then we also got a couple of 2009s and 1981 Canadian, and then some oddball coins right here. This one was the one that was sticking out of the side of the roll. Just crazy damage on that zinc penny. I gotta say, I'm stoked to see what the next rolls bring. I haven't been this excited about a penny box in a long time. Here we go. Roll number 11, starting us off. Let's see if we can start it off strong. Seen some nice copper over here in this little section, although none of them are gonna be old enough. However, look at that, guys. Oh, it's not in the best shape, but I will take it. We are starting off this next set of 10 rolls with a wheat penny. I almost thought we had a steel cent there for a second, just the way that it looked, but no, it's definitely copper. So let's give it a flip, see what we got for a date, if we're able to determine that. This one's in pretty rough shape. 3, 2, 1. Okay, 1940 something. I'm not exactly sure. Let's go ahead and turn the microscope on, throw it under here so we can maybe determine it a little bit better. That's gonna be rough. 1940 something. Can you imagine if this was a 1943 copper penny and this is how we found it? That would be absolutely crazy. All right, well, I don't know if we're gonna be able to figure that one out, guys. Definitely 1940 something. At least it gets our imaginations going. We could have the infamous and very elusive 1943 copper penny here. Who knows? But I'll leave that one up for interpretation. Of course, the mind sees what it wants to see sometimes when looking at things like this, but that is definitely an interesting find right there. Very beat up, 1940 something. Hopefully it ends up being a 43, but we may just never know. I guess the important thing is that we're still finding wheat pennies, so this box is showing no intention of slowing down, which is a great thing to see. And let's see if we're gonna get anything else in this roll. All right, looks like that is going to do it, guys. Let's go ahead and move on to roll number 12. All right, some interesting color coming out right on roll number 12. What in the world do we have here? It's like a green penny. That's pretty cool. Probably some erosion going on that one if I had to guess. I do see some copper over here. What do we have? Nope, 82, so nothing super old. All right, let's see if we got anything here. All right, nothing too crazy coming out of roll number 12 there. I will say 2022 seems to be, actually, I take that back. I just saw 2024. So I was gonna say this box seems to be like it was packaged in 2022 or something, because that was like the newest one I was seeing, but I did just see a 2024, which we're still looking for that 2024 Denver. We don't have that one in the collection yet, so we'll keep an eye out for that one as well. Okay, there we go. Got another wheat penny coming out. It's not the rarest thing in the world, but it is nice to see. It actually still has a little bit of luster left on it too, so kind of a young one there. 1956 is the date, and we'll flip it over to the reverse there to see Yeah, a little bit of wear on that one. I actually really like the patina on it though. It's got sort of a darker tones to it. So that's a nice looking coin right there, 1956. Funny, I thought that was one of the ones we still need in the collection. For whatever reason, we still need the 1954 Philadelphia. So 1954 plain, still have not found that one yet out of 34 and 35 boxes here. So that is just absolutely wild. We should be coming across that one soon. Maybe it'll be in this box, who knows. And it looks like that's it for that one. We'll move on to the next. All right, nothing in roll number 14. Let's see if 15 treats us any better here. Another one with crazy damage right there. We'll put that one in our little damage pile. But it looks like no wheat pennies, so I think that's a record there, guys. 2 rolls in a row without any wheat pennies, so definitely slowing down here a little bit. I guess that was to be expected with the crazy start that we had. Let's go ahead and grab 5 more rolls and see what we can find. All right, I like that copper color over there on the left side. This one in particular, let's see. No, it's a 63. What about the one next to it? 81. All right, so still copper. Not old enough to be something that we want. Oh, I am seeing a Canadian coming out right there. Oh, I thought it was an older one for a second, but looks like it's gonna be probably, I would say 70s on that one maybe. Not too bad looking though for a Canadian coin. Still got a little bit of luster on it. Let's give it a Canadian flip, and 1976 it is. All right, so that is our bicentennial year. We find those in the quarters, the 200-year anniversary of America, 1776 to 1976. It's a little different for the Canadians. I believe theirs is 1967 that they have those type of commemorative coins coming out of. So, all right, we will put that one to the side, guys. Let's see if there's going to be anything else in this roll. What do we have here? It looks like almost like a gold tinted penny, if you can believe it. Very odd. Let's flip that one. Wow, even weirder. It gets to be a different color on the other side. So it's sort of like a black tar color. 1974 Denver is the year in mint mark. And then you flip it over to the other side and it's got like this almost like yellow paint, golden sort of color to it. So somebody was doing some fun stuff with that one. I will definitely pull that one out. Like I said, I like to keep those little oddball things every once in a while. Just kind of keeps things fun, especially if you're not finding anything else in the roll like we had on that one. So, all right, let's keep moving here and see what else we can get. Oh, okay, so we do have oh, shoot. What in the world? This box is full of surprises. I will say that. So, again, something I don't think I have ever seen before. This weird damage pattern on the reverse of this wheat penny. Now, this is probably going to be from the 50s, just based off of the feel of it, but I have no clue what caused that or if it can be removed or what. But let's get a quick flip, see what the year is going to be. Yep, 1953, of course. Pretty common one right there. We'll put that to the side in our growing pile of wheat pennies. All right, guys, this is roll number 20. Definitely slowing down. The last couple rolls didn't have a whole lot in them. However, we are going to be starting this one off with a wheat penny at least, so that is nice to see. Just checking the edges here if we can pull anything out automatically. But yeah, definitely a wheat penny right there. A pretty worn down one at that. And nice change of pace here. No more 1942s. We got ourselves a 1946. So again, very worn down. You would expect that of maybe a 20s or 30s coin. Not too bad on that reverse, but definitely a lot of wear patterns that you can see there, especially on Lincoln's cheek and sort of on his coat as well. So 1946, not too bad right there, guys. We'll definitely take it. I don't know how many wheat pennies we're up to at this point. We're definitely well past the box average that we have been getting for wheat pennies already with just 20 rolls in, not even halfway through the box. So this is shaping up to be definitely a legendary box here. And wow, that is one of the most beat up 2009s that I've ever found. But I did not recognize it when I first saw it like that, because usually you see them pretty shiny, even though they're, you know, going on, what, 16 years old now? They're usually a lot shinier than that and not so beat up, but I'll take it. That's our third 2009 on the box. Haven't found a ton of those, but whenever they do come out, I make sure to snag them. All right, so I just checked, and in those last 10 rolls, we were able to snag 3 more wheat pennies, bringing our total up to 10. So not too bad there. And we did also get 1 more Canadian penny as well. So keeping on pace there, about 1 every 10 rolls for the Canadians. Oh, there's a nice 2009 right there, guys. That is the Presidency, actually the rarest out of the bunch. So put that one to the side real quick and keep moving through these coins to see if we're going to get ourselves another wheat penny, which is, of course, you know, generally what we're looking for. And I don't know why, guys, but for some reason I'm starting to anticipate an Indian head penny coming out here as well. In case you're unfamiliar, 1859 to 1909, That's the predecessor of the wheat penny. Very, very difficult to find in circulated rolls, but not impossible. We've done it before. And I don't know, it feels like now's the time. But anyway, let's go ahead and take a look at this 2009, guys. Presidency right there. That is the 4 out of 4 design for the 2009s. This one also coming out of Philadelphia. So we actually have 3 out of the 4 designs already on this box as well. So maybe we'll snag that birth and early childhood design to complete the set on this box. What do you guys think? All right, let's go ahead and keep moving, guys. Hoping and praying for that Indian head penny. Let's see if we can get it. All right, we get something here. I don't know what it is. Regular Lincoln Memorial. That's too bad. That one sort of exploded on us. Let's see if it's got anything. Ooh, nice 1968 S right there. Now, a lot of people don't know this, but that is actually out of all of the Lincoln Memorial scents. Not that this is a huge accomplishment, but this is the rarest Lincoln Memorial scent out of the whole set. So Memorial, of course, being this design right here on the reverse, the Lincoln Memorial building right there. But that is actually a pretty nice looking 1968 S right there. So happy to pull that one out. It does have some damage, of course, on those high points, the cheekbones, the hair, the suit. But overall, not a bad looking coin for as old as it is. So yeah, we'll definitely put that one to the side. Let's see what else this roll has in store. All right, guys, this roll right here marks the halfway point in the box. Let's see if it's gonna have anything for us. I guess not. So I think we just went 5 rolls actually without finding a wheat penny. So I hope things aren't slowing down too bad here. We do still have half the box to go though, so plenty of opportunities to find some more good stuff, especially with the amount of wheat pennies that have already come out so far. Let's see if we can kick off the second half with a bang here. Wow, that's a lot of zinc in that roll. This one though is not. It's definitely copper, but again, just gonna be a memorial scent there, 1970s. Ooh, nice shiny 1960 right there. I think we're still on the lookout for one of the 1960 small dates. So let's bring this one up real quick. This one's actually pretty easy. I'll throw up a picture of the 1960 small versus large date. I can tell you right off the bat, this is definitely going to be a large date, so the easier one to find, but man, is that in nice shape. I would love to find a wheat penny in that same shape just a couple of years earlier and it would have been. So nice looking coin right there for sure. I'll definitely pull that one out, even though it is just the large date. All right, I'd say that was a pretty nice start to the second half here. Let's see if we can keep it going. Perhaps not, guys. We are definitely in need of a wheat penny. It's been quite a few rolls now since we have been able to find one, which is crazy because we started the box off with 2 per roll. Absolutely no problem with that, but haven't been able to get that in a little bit here. So let's see if we can start pulling them out again here soon. All right, guys, I think we definitely hit a lull. 10 rolls without a single wheat penny. So we just finished up roll number 30. We're going into 31 now. Let's see if we can change our luck around here. So far, the first and second half of this box have been like night and day. Just crazy here. We should be pulling something good soon, I would think. Got plenty of chances, and there's definitely some coppery looking coins in this particular roll, but it looks like none of them are gonna make it into that range that we're looking for. Just a bunch of 70s and then zinc. Maybe this one will be lucky. We got a 1970s right on the edge right there, so we know that there's at least some copper in here. Oh, we got a sort of like a damaged coin right there. That one is gonna be copper, 1960 something. But not something that we would typically like to keep there. All right, I'm calling in the big dogs. Let's put it here on this key date list. So few of those have ever come out for me in my coin roll hunting career with pennies. Probably only 2 or 3 that I can even remember. And that's why it's so difficult to fill those first pages of the collection, because a lot of those fall into the 1910s and 20s, and of course you need them with mint marks as well. Just very difficult to come out. However, we do have at least something here. We know we got a wheat penny finally. I think that breaks a 12 or 13 roll streak right there, so very, very happy to see that. Again, I can't tell what the date is going to be on that one. This could end up being another 20s coin like we saw earlier, so let's give it a flip here and find out. 3, 2, 1. Oh, so close to being pre-40s there. 1940 on the dot. So again, not too bad. We'll take it. We got a 40, we got 4 42s, and I think a couple 46s, maybe just one. I can't remember now. We have found quite a few wheat pennies, even though things have slowed down here in the last few rolls. But let's see if we can get something else here, guys. I believe this right here is going to be roll number 35. So after this, just 15 more to go. And we'll see if we can pull anything else as good or better as that 1926 that we found earlier. All right, jumping into roll number 35 now. Let's see if we can get a little streak going here. I thought we had some chances here, guys. Lots of copper, no wheat pennies though. We could also still use that final 2009 to complete that set. That would be cool if we were able to do that all within one box. And we definitely have a shot at it here. Oh, there we go. We got a wheat penny over here on the far left side. Actually, that looks like it could be pretty old as well. So let's just work our way towards that. We may have something else pop out here as we move through the right side of this roll. Move through all that zinc, push through it to get to the good stuff. That's kind of how it works. Let's see, are we gonna get anything else here? No, it doesn't look like it. All right, so this is gonna be the find of the roll right here. Potentially the find of the box, the way that that coin looks. Let's bring it up here and do a zoom. Yeah, I don't know. It could be something good, guys, for sure. It definitely looks like it has some potential. So let's give it a flip here. 3, 2, 1. 1941 again, so close, yet so far away. 1941 though, we will definitely take that, add it to the pile. That's 2 wheat pennies on the last 3 rolls, I believe. So we're definitely moving back towards the right direction when it comes to that type of stuff. So again, 1974 coming up on the end of that roll. Maybe that'll bring us some luck, who knows. I'm not seeing anything crazy just based off of the edges of those coins. Oh, wait a minute though. Look at that, guys. That looks amazing. Oh my gosh, so that definitely has some wear on it. Let's do a quick zoom here while we got it in the roll. That looks absolutely beautiful, guys. I do feel that this is going to be at least in the 1930s, and you can quote me on that. Even if it doesn't end up being, I do feel pretty strongly we're gonna have a 1930s coin here at least. So hopefully something back into the teens, 20s would be fine too. Here we go, guys, moment of truth. Are we gonna get something into the collection today? I feel like it rides on this coin right here. 3, 2, 1. Oh, okay. So the good news is, yes, it is pre-40, 1936. The bad news, 35 up through 40. If they don't have a mint mark, they're still kind of in that same range as the 1940s without mint marks. So still a fairly common coin. I am sure we already have this one in the collection, but it is a nice sign, guys. Love to see anything earlier than 1940. So that is an awesome find right there. Not going into the collection just yet, but we do have plenty more chances, guys. Looks like 13 more rolls plus what we have here to finish this one off. Let's see if we can get a 2 wheat roll. We're definitely getting onto a nice little streak here. Nothing else coming out there, but guys, let's go ahead and get into the next one and see if we can find something else. This looks like it could be older right off the bat. Let's just do a quick peek here. Oh, that is so cool, guys. Right after finding that 1936, we are able to pull a 1935. Now again, same thing applies. It's probably not the most rare thing in the world, but it is so cool to see. That's our 3rd pre-40s wheat penny on this box. And look at the condition. Absolutely immaculate right there for a coin as old as this one is. 90 years old on that 1935. I think we'll probably be replacing whatever we have in the collection with this one, because I doubt that the 35 we have in there right now is as good as that one. And with that, I dare to say we are so back, baby. Let's see what else we got in here, guys. 1964, pretty nice looking one coming out right there. May as well put that one to the side, and we'll see if anything else is gonna pop out of this roll. It seems like mostly just single wheat penny rolls so far. We had a couple that had 2 in them. No triples so far, but that could change, guys. We got, what, 12 more rolls to go, and I definitely have the spirits up right now based on what we have been finding. So let's see if we can keep it going. All right, big 4-0 right here, roll number 40. Let's see if it can give us something from the pre-40s. Well, apparently not. As a matter of fact, I don't really see hardly any copper in that roll whatsoever. That's probably one of the most zinky rolls that we have had so far. So now we got 10 more rolls to go, guys. We are officially 80% of the way through the box. Let's see if those last 10 rolls are gonna have any secrets for us. So I decided to pull all the rolls out of the box, line them up on the table. We don't need this anymore. Let's see what we can find. This right here is the home stretch, and let's see how we're gonna be starting her off. Ooh, this could be old. No, 1969, so not quite as old as we're looking for. What about that one right there? Yes, it is, guys. We got another wheat penny coming out right there on the 10th from the end. So let's go ahead and take a look, see what we're gonna get on this one. Hopefully, we're gonna get something nice and old. Again, in pretty decent shape, but with the way that these have been coming out, I have no clue if this is going to be pre-40s or not. There is actually a chance, so let's see if we can get one, guys. 3, 2, 1. Oh, nice. Yes, we did, guys. 1937 to go with our 36 and 35. How crazy is that? They almost came out pretty much right back to back to back. They didn't come out in order necessarily, but crazy to get so many late 30s like that. And again, this one may be going into the collection just because of how well defined those wheat ears are. It's in very, very good shape for its age. So we'll put that one to the side, guys. That is our 4th pre-40s penny. I don't think I've said that in many, many years coming out of the box. So let's see what else we can find here. All right, we got another 2009 coming out here. It's going to be the Professional Life. And actually, yeah, so this is the same one that we found earlier, but it was just in extremely bad shape. And now we actually have a nice one. Let's see if it's going to be a filly just like the rest. Yeah, another 2009 filly. So no Denvers on these 2009 so far, which is interesting. We still need that birth and early childhood to complete the set on this box, though. Also, guys, I wanted to point something out, right? Remember when we found that 1926? Well, if it did have a San Francisco mint mark, it would have made it into this key date list, which is a pretty exclusive list, as you can tell. It's not super long, kind of a short list. So 26S would have been the key date. And then if we had a Denver mint mark, we would have actually made it into the low mintage list, below 50 million minted. Of course, we didn't have a mint mark, so it didn't make it into either one of those lists. But basically, that's the goal, and those are the ones that we definitely struggle with finding, is those earlier ones with the mint marks. San Francisco seemed to be in demand more so than anything else. As you can see, this entire first row here is all S's. But yeah, guys, so let's go ahead and get into, what is this, roll number 42, I believe, and see if we can pull something like that. Just for a miracle here at the end. All right, maybe not so much on that last roll, guys. Nothing really came out there, but we got plenty more chances, and this is kind of strange. Are you guys seeing what I'm seeing on this one? This is a 1999. The tone just threw me off, though. I almost feel like this coin is just completely missing its copper coating. I don't know if that's done post-mint or if it literally just missed the copper coating. That's actually wild, though. If this one does end up being like that, definitely something I'm going to be wanting to hold on to, because you can see this one is completely gray, not a speck of copper showing on this coin, not even on the edge. So crazy find right there if that's what that ends up being. I'll definitely be holding on to that one. We had a wheat right there, 1961 is the date, so definitely getting back there. We do have a wheat coming up right here though, guys, right in the middle of the roll. And again, this one right here, definitely worn down, so doesn't really fit the pattern of the older ones that we found so far. We've got a bunch of nice looking 30s, but I feel like this could be a 20s right here. So let's go ahead and find out. 3, 2, 1. No, 1941. I think we already got a 1941 earlier, but we'll take it though. I'll definitely take that for sure. Just add it to the growing pile. And who knew hunting pennies could be this fun? Definitely a shame that they're getting rid of them. All right, so just busted into this roll right here. Oh, I thought we had a 1970S right there. We do have a Canadian, though, coming out of this left side, and actually some potential for some other stuff. We'll take a look in just a minute. So I believe this is Canadian penny number 3 on the box. Again, just going to be that standard design there, Queen Elizabeth II. Give it a quick flip, and it's going to be a 1973. So not too bad right there, guys. That is a copper coin as well. So just an interesting little tidbit there. And let's see if we're going to get anything out of the middle of this roll. Like I said, I was definitely seeing some coppery edges. Decent looking 1963 right there. Probably not good enough to keep though, so we'll probably just throw that one back. And I think we've kind of gone through the section I was looking at there, so I'll do another brief scan here, and if we don't find anything, we got 5 more rolls to go. We'll see what we can get out of them. All right, guys, 5 rolls remaining, and it got me thinking, you know, maybe we were being a little too greedy putting it up here on the key date list. Maybe we need to settle for something a little more realistic, like a low mintage coin. What do you guys think? I mean, we've really gotten kind of danced around it. We've gotten very close into this range. But we haven't actually hit one here yet. And if we do, there's a very good chance it'll be going into one of the collections. So 5 rolls remaining. That'll be the target. A low mintage coin. Just one. That's all we asked for. And actually, we got this weird damaged coin coming out of this one as well. I don't know how I missed that on first inspection of the box, but another crazy looking zinc disaster right there. So we'll add it to our pile of those. And when you find those, sometimes they stick to the glove and don't want to let go. That's kind of what just happened right there. But let's see if we can pull a wheat penny out of here, guys. Again, I'm going to be looking for those low mintage, below 50 million. If we're able to find one, I don't know what I would do. Just be so happy. I mean, I'm already extremely happy with this box, guys. That would just be like the icing on the cake. But all right, so 5th roll from the end. Doesn't look like we're going to be getting anything out of that one. Let's go ahead and move into roll number 47, I believe. Yeah, 47 here would be 4 from the end. So let's see if we can get anything here. on roll number 47. All right, things are not looking too good, guys. We just went basically 2 rolls without finding anything. We're on roll number 48 now. Really coming down to the end here. Still haven't got a coin into the collection, and I don't know how many episodes it's been since we have been trying, but it hasn't happened today. Like I said, we've danced all around it, but I haven't been able to get one in yet. And I guess I'm not counting the replacements, because we definitely have some that are going to replace whatever we have in the collection. I'm looking for new entries into the collection. That's really the goal here. So here we go, guys. This is roll number 49, just 2 remaining. And let's see. Oh, wait a minute. I think we may have something here, guys. I really like the look of this edge. I know it might just end up being a copper coin. Yeah, it is. It's 1973. Put a little bit too much faith into that one there, and I really hope that it doesn't just peter out here at the end, but you know, these boxes tend to do that. It's hard to you know, position all the finds where you want them sometimes to make a dramatic video, which would be nice, but this is going to be it, guys. Our last roll right here, and even if we don't find anything, again, this has been an amazing box so far. We'll tally everything up at the end, throw some coins into the collection as replacements, and with that being said, let's just jump into roll number 50 on this monumental box. One of the best ones we've had probably ever, but definitely in recent years, because pennies have just been so difficult lately. Let's see if we're going to end on a bang here. All right, I'm thinking probably not. We're already about 80% of the way through the roll, coming down to the last few coins here. And it turns out that ended up being one of the zinkiest rolls that we've had on this entire box. But guys, fear not. We have so much cool stuff and so much awesome stuff to be grateful for on this box. So let's go ahead and tally up the points and see what we're able to get. All right, guys, welcome to the wrap up on this absolutely fantastic penny box. You can see we have a lot to go over. We will, of course, be starting up here with the wheat cents from the 40s and 50s. I got them in stacks of 2 here because there were so many. So we got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, and 1 over here makes 13 at 5 points apiece. That's a total of 65 points on the 40s and 50s wheat pennies alone. Now coming down to the wheat cents from the 10s, 20s, and 30s. Always so difficult to find those pre-40s wheaties. We got 4 of them today, a 37, 36, and 35, all pretty much coming out about the same time. And then that nice 1926 that came out right at the beginning there. For 10 points apiece, that is an extra 40, so we're already over 100 on wheat pennies alone. Now coming down here to the foreign coins, we do count Canadians as foreign down here in North Carolina just because we don't find as many of them as we did back in Michigan. We got 3 of those today, 73, 76, and 81 at 2 points apiece. That's going to add 6 more points. And then the 2009s. Didn't find too many of these today either, but we did get 5 of them coming out with just the 1 design missing there on the birth and early childhood. So that's going to be an extra 5 points for a grand total of 116 points on today's penny box. Now we also have a few honorable mentions here as well. Some really nice coins right here, 1960, 64, 68S, the rarest of the memorial cents right there, in pretty good shape. 73 and 75 all coming out with some nice luster. And then look at all these crazy coins that came out, guys. This one was sticking out of the roll in the very beginning. We found another one that looked pretty similar, a whole bunch more beat up ones. And then we had a green and a golden penny, and this golden one's kind of crazy because it's got this weird black stuff on the front of it as well. We did also find a 1970S. Fairly confident that's just a large date though, so not going in. And then finally, probably one of the most unique coins we were able to get out of today's box was this 1999, which appears to not have any copper coating whatsoever. It seems like it's just fully zinc, although I can't say for sure based on just what I'm seeing right here. Let me know down in the comments below what you guys think about this one, if this is something you've heard of before. I've definitely heard of it. I just don't know if it's an actual thing that happens or if somebody was able to just basically remove that coating using some sort of chemical process after it was minted. All in all, fantastic hunt. Definitely has me excited to do another penny box here in the near future. Real quick, guys, before I end the video, just want to remind you once again, if you're interested in picking up the penny placemat that we used in today's video, you can head on over to quinscoins.com. I'll put a link down in the description below. I also have nickel silver stacking, which covers dimes, quarters, and half dollars up there. And I also have the brand new dollar coin placemat as well. But anyways, that's going to pretty much do it for this one. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure to go down below and leave a like if you enjoyed. Subscribe if you're new because I post videos like this as often as I can. Always bring you along with the hunt and having a good time. And as always, I'm Quinn, and this is Quin's Coins signing out. And I will see you in the next one.